Are you ready?
Take 3 Wrestling Podcast. It is Wednesday, July 23rd. Don't exchange or flip off that channel. We're here a day early, a couple hours earlier.
Yeah, it's different.
I don't know that I like this.
Yeah, like East Coast baseball still on. It's not, I don't feel like I'm cheating insomnia yet. Like, just, this is weird.
We're here because last week we did not have a show. I had to work. I had to work because I was in Pennsylvania for Jim's birthday.
For 13 hours.
God, it felt like it was a lot less than that after Delta fucked me.
Dude, they fooked him.
I fooked him.
They fooked Burn.
God, that was so brutal.
God.
For those of you that followed along on my social media, went up for Jim's birthday. Had a great time. Then Delta decided to bend me over and stick it in my ass.
We're sitting there, full disclosure, we're watching the farewell to
Bill Goldberg
special on NBC, and we're getting ready because we're going to go to the diner afterwards. Mike's never been. This is the diner that we always talk about.
I was more excited for that than Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, well, we were all more excited.
Bill Goldberg.
But like, yeah, we're getting ready. We're watching Saturday night's main event. We had watched the last 3 matches of All In Y'all in Texas. We had cracked open some Real American piss water.
Oh God, Real American PBR.
Dude, it's like PBR with a hint of piss and like a little bit of bleach, I think, to kill the germs in the piss. But like, we're sitting there, we're getting ready, and like, you know, we're in my living room, and the 3 Count Boys are to my left. I'm here, Big Max to my right over here. And all of a sudden, like, I see him get up, and I'm like, he's probably grabbing something to drink or like hitting the piss or something like that. And I hear from behind me in my kitchen, representative. And I'm like, oh, that's not great. That you never scream representative in the 5 separate syllables into a telephone when something good has happened. So when he comes back in the living room, he's like, yeah, so they moved my flight later, which means I'm going to miss the connecting flight to get him home. And then the next, 45 minutes to an hour was spent just kind of in this holding spot of what flight is Mike getting and who's getting into the Philadelphia airport.
Yeah, because it turned into, okay, so if you'd like to leave from Harrisburg, our earliest convenient flight for you is Monday at 6:05 a.m. And I'm like, well, that doesn't work.
Well, Delta, funny thing about that's not very convenient. Funny thing is about Mondays, I'm supposed to be working.
I gotta be back for work on that. And when you guys mess that flight up too, then I'm really fucked. So let's not do that. So yeah, Tim was headed back to Maryland. So he was able to drop me off. I got dropped off at 1:07 a.m. for a flight that left Philadelphia International Airport at 5:30. Security didn't even open until 3:45.
Mike became Tom Hanks in the movie The Terminal for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just scrounging for quarters to put the cards back in, hoping to get a cheeseburger.
I have made it abundantly clear, though. If anybody ever challenged me to live in in an airport for 24 hours, who wants it? Who wants to give me a large sum of money? Because I'm gonna fuck you up.
Like, I mean, I assume airports are, because again, I've never really spent time in them at all ever. But like, I assume airports are different now than like pre-COVID. Like, I assume pre-COVID, it was like a free for all the time. Now I assume things kind of shut down a bit more. There's probably not as much overnight travel as there used to be.
You probably also lost a lot of it after 9/11.
I was gonna say, oh hi guys. I was gonna say, I feel like it was more of a post 9/11 thing because pre 9/11, the airport was like the wild wild west. You know, people were smoking, and you know, you could wear your shoes at all times, and
You can again.
you could have 3 ounces of liquids instead of 2. Like,
Well, I don't know
it was
about
crazy.
That. I didn't have to take my shoes off this time.
Yeah, as I say, I think they just reinstituted that. Which, like, look, again, I've never flown. I don't ever plan on flying. I don't want to fly. But like, in the day and age of the 3D scanning and things that we can do now, like, I'm all for safety. I'm all for making people as safe as possible. But let's be honest, if there's going to be something in a shoe, shouldn't the scanners that they have at security be able to pick up on these things? Like, when you go to Disney, you go to Hershey Park, you go to sporting events now, like they don't like, you don't go through the standard old metal detectors one at a time, beep and wand sort of deal anymore. It's all 3D infrared. They probably diagnosed my hemorrhoids at the Hershey Park a couple weeks ago. Like, leave the fucking shoes on. Like, if something's in the shoe, they're gonna find it in something.
You say that. First time I've flown with shoes on, going through security. Sir, I need you to step over here for a wanding. And I'm like, okay. They're like, there's just a lot of like metal like tinging over like on your hip line. And I'm like, I'm wearing basketball shorts, boxers.
Oh, shit. Did my wife tuck the gun in my basketball shorts again?
So I'm like, all right. So they start wanding me, and he's like, oh, nothing's really coming up like heavy and like metal. He's like, we take your shoes off, and I look down, I'm wearing my all black Crocs with one gibbet in it of Muffin from Bluey that my kids have not ripped out of my shoe yet. He scans my shoes and then has to put them through the security thing. I looked at him and almost was like, who knew that you can make a bomb out of Crocs?
We live in the dumbest time.
I looked down and I go, you know what it probably was? The drawstrings of my shorts had metal tips on them.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
But wouldn't you think when you whoop, when you get to the middle area, you know, kind of where the strings lie, you'd hit the boop. Oh, hey, there it is. What's there?
But also, like, wouldn't every pair of like pants with a zipper or a button fucking set it off? Like, yeah.
Just be thankful that one dude only tried to blow up a plane using his shoe. Like, imagine if it had been a bomb in his underwear. The last 15 years of air travel would have been a lot different.
Dude,
Joe would have wanted to fly more.
You're not wrong.
The security process, what I witnessed Mike go through for 90 minutes in my living room, like 100% true. And I feel it's safer to say this now as opposed to telling you that night, because you were in no position to hear it. It was, I got in the car with Ryan to go to the diner after we said our goodbyes, and I'm like, you know where that never happens? My car. Now, granted, you could have never gotten up here just for my birthday in a car.
You could have said that. I would have laughed, and then I would have said, if this fucker goes down, they better hit something fucking hard, because I don't want to walk away.
Like, I am incredibly thankful that people can fly. I'm incredibly thankful that you're a madman that came up here for 13 hours. But my God, like those sort of scenarios, my a friend of mine, a work colleague of mine's parents were flying to the Caribbean. They got literally about 40 minutes from their destination, realized that there was some sort of mechanical issue. Now that there was a backup, they were fine landing, but when that happens, they have to divert back to the closest airport that can repair it. So they were over the Caribbean again, like under an hour from their destination. They had to turn around, fly back into, I think it was Miami. So it was like it was over an hour back. And I'm just like, at that point, first off, if I'm in a plane and there's a mechanical issue, we have to turn around. I'm getting a car and I'm driving home. My vacation is over. It's fucking done. I'm out. Peace. See you later. I'll stop at Disney on the way home from Florida. But like, just no. Like, all of these things are just like, this is why I am happy only being able to go to places that I can get to in my fucking car.
Hilariously enough, we mentioned the last time that this happened to me because it happened on this very show.
Yes, it sure did.
WrestleMania 39, mine and Joe's flight got canceled on the show. I almost broke my computer.
Dude, I was once sitting on an airplane when the flight got canceled.
No.
It was, so this is going back, this was like 2000, maybe 2015. I want to say like early 2015, maybe 14. And I was with Jen at the time, so long time ago. And we had plans. We had tickets to go to Park City, Utah. We were gonna check out some of the film festival that's now leaving Park City, Utah. And
I wonder why.
So yeah, we were gonna check out some of the film festival, and the night before we have like a 7 a.m. flight the next morning. And the night before, there's a blizzard coming into New York City. Sick. Like a full-on blizzard. And so we're like, okay, they're going to cancel our flight. Like, and we're watching. When I tell you that every single other flight was canceled, except for our flight, because they were convinced that, the weather's not going to start to get bad until like 8 a.m. So you guys are supposed to take off at 7, you'll be fine. So we trek from Manhattan all the way to Queens to get to, I think it was JFK, or it might have been LaGuardia, either way. And we get on this plane. And again, even during all this, we're just like, well, they're going to cancel it. Like, we're going to go through all these motions. We have to because, there's no refund if the flight takes off. So we go through all this. They get us on, like, we get through security. They get us on the plane. We're like, wow, I'm shocked. When I tell you that, like, the blizzard is in full effect at this point, and they de-ice the plane, and then they're like, okay, all we're doing now is just waiting for the okay for the, the ability to take off. They're plowing not the driveway, whatever it's called.
The runway.
The runway, thank you. And then they're like, okay, it's been now, and we're sitting there, it's like an hour in, and they're like, okay, so we have to de-ice the plane again. So we have to go all the way back to the terminal, and they de-ice the plane again. And then they're telling us, like, listen, we're going to give you guys, since we had to go all the way back to the terminal, you have the option to get off now. But if you get off, you can't get back on. So it's your choice. If you get off, you're forfeiting your seat on the flight. You're not getting a refund, all that. So, of course, we end up just staying. And another, like, hour and a half goes by. And again, we're just like, just cancel the flight. Like, we're just waiting for you. We don't even want to go at this point. Nobody wants to leave. It feels super dangerous. We have to now figure out getting back home in a blizzard. Please just let us off the plane and cancel the flight. And finally, at about the 3 hour mark, like 3.5 hours, they inform us that because of the way it works with pilots and
They timed out.
stewardesses, they timed out. So that was the point when they were like, and now the flight is canceled. And we were just like, this was some fucking bullshit. Like, all of this when you knew you were going to cancel this flight from the jump because there was a literal blizzard, and we had to go and sit on a plane for 3.5 hours just for you to eventually finally cancel the flight. Dumbest fucking thing. I hate flying.
All right, I'm gonna ask something. I have both of you either A, seen all the way through Ted Lasso, or do you not? Are you not in that world that you don't care if I say something from the last episode of the show?
I've never seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched every episode.
Okay. Well, there's a scene where one of the characters gets themselves thrown off the plane. Okay. Like, if there was ever a situation where there's any sort of a delay, like if for some reason I decide, okay, I'm gonna try my hand at getting on a plane and getting on a flight and air travel, and anything happens that delays that flight, fucking mechanical issue, too much ice on the plane, fucking idiot in the plane ahead of us starts whacking it in their seat so that our flight gets delayed, I am doing what that man did in that scene on Ted Lasso, and I'm getting myself taken off that flight because I'm already in hell because I'm going to be trapped in a fucking box for what I know is going to be 3 hours. But now I'm stuck longer. No, absolutely not. Get me off this thing. I'm out. This is just a sign that this flight was doomed to begin with. I'm done. I
think the one in play would be, at this point, would be somebody's birthday. I think that's about the only time we have a realistic shot of getting Jim on an airplane. Would be something similar to you doing.
Yeah, but honest to God, even then, like,
with enough heads up, you could still plan it.
Right. Like, if I know months ahead of time, like I can, like, because here's the deal. If it is in Florida, for example, I can get there in 18 hours. Like it's you know what I mean? I can pull into a fucking Buc-ee's, sleep a couple hours in my car, and then keep driving. Like, yeah, I like it would have to take a really like life or death situation, and even like, yeah, it would.
But don't forget too, though, there are risks with car driving. Like you were just saying, you'd pull over in Buc-ee's. You do have to be careful because I've heard that anybody that sleeps in the Buc-ee's parking lot is subject to being raped by the mascot.
You know what, man? That's just get my rocks off. I can take it.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I wish I would have slept there instead of whatever random hotel we stayed in when we were in Delaware, Joe.
Oh, there was a whole lot of mistakes made during that.
Mistakes were made. How many? A lot.
All of them.
The worst. So I've had 2 flight experiences where I thought I was actually going to die, like on the plane. And one of them was coming home from Aruba a long time ago, back in like this one. I was with Renee. That's how long ago this was. So wow. Like 2008-ish or whatever. And for the record, Jim, you didn't know me back then. Renee was not a Latino man with a dimple. It was a woman with a mustache. Anyway, so tell me I was wrong, Mike. Tell me I was wrong.
I'd like to plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
I'm not 100% sure you can say that, but I'm not sure what we're allowed to say and what we can.
That's why I'm pleading the 5th.
So yeah. I'm on this flight, and before we got on the plane, we had stopped at like the Hudson News or whatever, grabbed some like really awful airport sandwiches. But I have a thing. Whenever I'm traveling, I like myself a bad like traveler sandwich. I can't explain it, but it's got to taste like it came out of, Hudson News. And so I have this sandwich, and I'm scared on this flight. We're like,
you can throw up into the bag later.
Like, right. So like everything's going bad, and I turn to Renee and I'm like, hand me my sandwich. I'm just going to eat real fast. Like it'll help me like calm down or whatever. So I eat it. And then I look at her and I say to her, that was awful. That can't be my last meal. We have to survive. and I'm gonna believe that I willed us into survival at that point because we did make it. Everything was okay.
Did everybody clap when the plane landed?
Oh yeah.
All right, well then. That was
See, that one I'm okay with. I'm okay with people clapping when the plane lands. I hate people who clap at the movies when there's no like director there or anybody who had involved in the movie.
I will say the thing I hate about planes, and Jim, thankfully you haven't had to experience this. The people that are in like row 37 that stand up as soon as the plane lands and try to bum rush the door.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you're in row 37 for a reason, Scoot. Wait your turn.
Right, like if you like, because can you pick where you sit on an airplane?
Yes. Sometimes,
if you want to get off first, sit in the seat that's going to get off first.
So fascinating enough, I did the quote basic fare because all I needed was a book bag,
right?
Because I was only there for 14 hours, so I didn't get to pick my seat. I didn't get to pick any of that stuff, which fine. I don't care. I got a seat on the plane. I'm going to where I need to get to. I felt like I had long enough in between flights. Come to find out, I didn't know that I had to sprint through Atlanta Airport coming home, but that's fine. Cool. So get to wherever, and I've had planes where I've bought a ticket and it's like, okay, cool. I'm going to have enough time. And then I get on the plane and they're like, we're waiting to fucking take off. And it takes me 5 ever to get in the air. Fascinating enough, our third WrestleMania in New Orleans, the first time they went to New Orleans, 30. So it was our fourth WrestleMania. I had a layover because they didn't have a direct flight from Palm Beach. So I went to Houston. Well, my flight in Palm Beach took too long to take off. I wasn't going to make my connector from Houston to New Orleans unless things broke my way. Now I'm in row like 17. I'm not even at the back of the plane. I'm like dead middle. We're in the air and I hit the call button. The receptionist or the stewardess comes up to me and she goes, hey, is everything okay? And I go, ma'am, I said, I have a very important question to ask you. Like, is there any way you can help me find a way to be like one of the first few people off of this flight? She goes, what's going on? I go, I have a connector. I've got to get to terminal C and I'm in terminal B and there's no moving sidewalks. There's no whatever in Houston Airport. It's all, you got to fucking trek it. So I'm like, is there any way that you can just
help me help you?
Ask them if it's okay. She literally said, you know what? I got you. She pressed the call button off, walked up to all the people in the first couple rows. Any of you guys have a connector that's got a tight connection, XYZ? No. There's one lady, she said, mine's like an hour. She goes, well, I got a guy in row 17 who's got like 35 minutes and he's got to go from gate B to gate C. He's got a haul ass. Like, are you okay if he, like, as soon as it lands, just runs up here, as soon as I open the door, he's going to take off? Nope, no problems. Sure enough, we touched down. The stewardess kind of gave me the take your seatbelt off before everybody else does. I walked up. Sure enough, she popped the door. She said, good luck. I looked like prime Heath Bell running in to close out a game in the ninth for the Diamondbacks. I sprinted through Houston International Airport. So, like, and that was me doing something like, these people, their destination is Atlanta, and they're fucking in row 37 trying to rush the door. Ma'am, please sit the fuck down. You are not that important.
So calm down. It is not your time.
Chill out, Scoot. So yeah, those are some of the horror stories. Now that we've wasted 25 minutes of your guys' time talking about fucking airplane disasters. So with that being said, we're on tonight because with me taking off last weekend, I got stuck working Thursday this week. We'll be back at our normal time slot next week as I am not working on Thursday. So we'll be back at our normal time slot next week, where we will preview the Summerfest.
Summerfest.
2-night summer blockbuster from MetLife Stadium in decrepit Secaucus, New Jersey.
I think technically it's East Rutherford, but who's really counting?
I'll call it Secaucus because I feel like it really is in Secaucus.
It might as well be. How far? I wonder how far.
It's not far. It really isn't because I remember literally taking the train from the bus into Jersey and it's stopping at Secaucus, and that's where me and Joe used to get off to go to MetLife.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I really remember, like, it ain't far. It's 8 miles or something.
It is an 8-minute drive.
Okay.
I forgot. I was last night we were on Huddle Up, and my brother was talking about the proximity of Globe Life to the Cowboy Stadium, and I set it to walking, and it's like a 10-minute walk. It was like 4 hours 29 minutes. I'm like, there's to wait 4 hours 29 minutes from Secaucus to the East Rutherford. No, it is to walk.
Yep,
it is to walk. But
so,
God, I'm walking 4 hours in New Jersey. That sounds like a punishment. I never asked for.
We do have.
I think that was a Bruce Springsteen album.
Oh, without a doubt.
Jesus, make it stop. So we are going to go back. We did not on our show 2 weeks ago, but we're going to get back into our WrestleMania Supercards. We also have a TNA SummerSlam, that one, whatever. We also have
the Summer WrestleMania.
Yeah. It is.
We also have a TNA NXT topic that I came up with. But before we get into that, Joe, you haven't heard this, but Jim did because I was talking to him last night about it. Prior to going live on Huddle Up, I started looking up prices if I decided to be the rogue warrior that I've been the last 8 months for Survivor Series. Because that's the last realistic chance I have of seeing John Cena.
How bad is it?
Tickets to the show, not terrible right now. 200 level, after taxes, 240.
That's not awful.
No, you could sit in the upper deck of Petco Park for $135. But you're in the top deck of Petco. Again, if you're just trying to get into the building, probably not a bad alternative. I went with the club level just to see what the difference was. I could get a room for like $250, $300 for the night. Fly in Saturday, leave Sunday to come back kind of thing. The problem is getting a flight from Florida to California. Right now, the cheapest flight I saw was like $480
for November.
For November, the week
That's
after
insane.
Thanksgiving.
Okay,
because it's the week after Thanksgiving. People traveling back from school and all of that to their families for the college Christmas break and all of that stuff. But it's not even that's really the issue. There is no flight that makes sense that would not be a repeat PTSD of Jim's birthday to me. Each flight out there, it's like, oh, I could get to California by 11:30, 12 o'clock local time. Fine. Show's going to start at 3:30. Whatever. The flight coming home would leave San Diego at like 3 in the afternoon, which means, okay, I could wake up, go to the Superstore before it closes down, get checked out of the airport, get checked out of the hotel, whatever. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, cool. Every flight on the way there, it's almost like, okay, you got to fly into either Houston or St. Louis. Fine. Every fucking layover is 40 minutes and you have to change planes.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I am not trying to get stuck in St. Louis. I like St. Louis.
Right.
That's not my final destination.
No.
I am not trying to get stuck in fucking St. Louis.
No, absolutely not.
So I'm going to keep an eye on it because that might be something that I actually attempt to do if I can. But because we were talking, Cena's got 16 dates left. Obviously, one of them being the Summerfest. He has a random appearance in Chicago on a SmackDown. SmackDown from Lowell, Massachusetts in September. And then, he's got 7 appearances that all are not in the United States. Between Clash at the Castle and Crown Jewel Perth.
Yeah.
Like, he's got like 5 dates left in the continental United States of America, and he has one in Canada.
Right, we're just at the end of July. Like, it's wild.
Like, I'm just doing like math, and I'm like, they're gonna wait and announce this fucking retirement match like super fucking late.
Here's my only thing, and we won't spend too much time on this. I know you guys want to get to the topics, but I thought about this because, like, there was a part of me that really wanted to see Cena on the farewell tour, and they did Saturday night's main event in Tampa. I was kind of like, oh, that might be a good opportunity, but then those ticket prices seemed stupid for a Saturday night's main event, so it didn't seem worth it. I'm not heartbroken not getting to see him on this like farewell tour because I have seen him wrestle in person before. I feel like if he was somebody who I never got the opportunity to see, I would feel some kind of way about, okay, let me get out there. Let me get this one chance to see him, I got to see him wrestle. I got to see him wrestle The Rock, once in a lifetime, twice. I got to see him, wrestle Undertaker for like 2 minutes. I got to see him, wrestle Austin Theory in a very sexy match. I've had opportunities where I got to see John Cena do his John Cena thing and do his act. And like, if anything, I'm mostly sad about not being able to be at a show during this tour to get like a T-shirt and be like, oh, this is the shirt from the show that I went to. Like that's the one part that I kind of have a little regret about. But the actual not being there, like look, there was a time when I was a kid where every time I went to a WWF show, the Undertaker wasn't there. It was the weirdest like streak that I had. Yeah, because like I went to WrestleMania 10, no Undertaker. I went to like a bunch of house shows, no Undertaker. And then finally, I think it was like Survivor Series, and he wrestled against Sid in the main event or something like that. Like that was like finally got some Undertaker. But for a very long time, I didn't think that I'd get to see the Undertaker, like in person. And then, getting to go see him wrestle at WrestleMania was really exciting. Even honestly, so actually, this is a better example of this. When I first started watching Ring of Honor in 2002, Bryan Danielson quickly became one of my favorite wrestlers. And by the end of 2002, he was basically never wrestling in Ring of Honor because he was in Japan, like almost full time. So part of me was like, oh man, I'm never going to get to see this guy wrestle. But I was just like, I'm never going to get to see this guy wrestle in person. That's kind of a bummer. I'm a really big fan of this guy. And so I started going to Ring of Honor shows in 2004. And he wasn't around for the first couple of shows that I went to. But I remember they announced him as appearing at a show in 2004 at the Rexplex in Elizabeth, New Jersey, speaking of New Jersey. And I remember thinking to myself very distinctly, I need to go to this show because I don't know if I'm ever going to have the chance to see Bryan Danielson wrestle again because he's always wrestling in Japan. This might be my one shot. Little did I know that, I'd see him wrestle probably 100 times. But I took that so seriously where I was just like, this is my chance. I can't miss this. So, like, again, like, if I had never seen John Cena wrestle in person, this would feel like a big opportunity, but I'm okay. Like, I'm okay.
I understand it. It's just Cena just feels like that guy for me where it's like, I would also do the same thing for like Orton. Like if Randy comes out and says like, hey, by the way, like 2027 is it. Gonna find a way to see a Randy Orton match live one more time. AJ Styles the same way. Like,
well, AJ Styles, you do have only like a year now.
I mean, if he formally announces, like, if he comes out on his official Twitter or comes out on an episode of Raw and is like, December 2026, I'm out.
Right.
Cool. As much as I don't want to do WrestleMania Vegas, like, Survivor Series 2026 is 1,000% on the table. Like Summerfest, wherever it is, probably on the table.
Yeah,
like,
I think AJ Styles would be the one. And that one, like, depending on what costs are at that point, I may try to look into a meet and greet situation, because I literally haven't seen the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like meet and greet seen the guy since he left my church parking lot in the summer of 2003.
Like it would be one of those where it's like, okay, if he comes out the Monday Night Raw, the first Raw of 26, and is like, I'm out December 31st or whatever. Yeah. I don't want to end up in Vegas. I've declared I'm not going to Vegas for WrestleMania this year. I'm going later in the year for a friend of mine's 30th birthday. I figured if the streak is over, there's no reason to kill myself with 2 Vegas trips 3 months apart.
Yeah.
I'm a degenerate gambler. I would waste too much of my own money. I know how this ends.
Yeah, you don't need to be doing that.
So at that point, I would be like, okay, let me go to an opening day baseball game instead, because I could save myself probably $5,000. But I digress. I'm like, if that's the case, like SummerSlam, because I think next year's is in Minnesota. It's the 2-night in Minneapolis. Yeah. I'm in. There will probably be a fan fest, kind of like Access. Probably have meet and greets and stuff like that. I would do that. I would 100% do that. I'd be like, Jim, meet me out there. You want to drive? I'll fly. We'll do it. We'll do the fucking meet and greet. We'll fucking do all the shit together, and then like we'll do the Summerfest. Like I would save the money for that, especially if it was AJ. If it was Orton,
right?
If it was one of those guys where it was like, that's my guy. Like even Phil. If Phil from Chicago comes up and goes, I signed a 3-year contract, 2028, December 28 is I'm out. Probably finding a show that he's on, hopefully a little bit closer to home. No offense, Phil.
Right.
But if not, I'd find a way.
Yeah. AJ would be the one for me. I think I would, splurge on the.
All right, Summerfest next year in
meet and greet.
Minneapolis.
Is there anyone? Okay, not on the active roster. Is there anyone that could come back for like a retirement match where you'd be like, damn, I kind of want to be there for that? Like the way Goldberg just came back.
Do they have to be retired or can they be in AEW?
They're going to be retired after the match. They can come back like from AEW.
From somewhere.
Yeah, they're not in WWE right now is the only caveat.
If the final match of Dean Ambrose's career is him versus Roman versus Seth, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's real.
That's probably one. Brian, if Brian came back and had a farewell match against someone a la a Chad Gable, even somebody of that notion, if he had a match with Randy, yeah. That's actually physically retired. I don't think so. Like, I don't need a Ric Flair's last match for the Stings of the world. Like, Sting had his last match. It was a great match. He went out on top. I could have been in Charlotte if I really wanted to, but I didn't care that he was wrestling a tag match against the Young Bucks.
Yeah, everybody from my era that I really loved is pretty much done at this point. And like, I mean, like the big returns, like a big return, like retire, like it would be like an AJ Lee or Paige.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not connected enough to any of them to be like, oh, I have to be there for the match.
Right.
Also, the 2 names that you mentioned, I would rather be surprised.
Correct.
Than know that they're coming back to wrestle that match against whomever. Like, yeah, I would much rather buy the ticket to WrestleMania and it'd be like, oh, Charlotte Flair's having an open invitational and one of them fucking answers it. And you get to have that moment like we did with Cody.
Or I'd like to be the, Raw after Mania. And
yeah.
AJ's music hits, or sitting there at the Royal Rumble and Paige's music hits. Like, that's going to be better than
knowing that it's coming.
I'm coming back for one more match on July the 18th in Chicago. Oh fuck, there's no excitement there.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad you're gonna have one more match. I can't wait to watch the show, but I'm also not now bending over backwards to pay 4x face value on tickets because scalpers are gonna know that they have a better shot of making more money. All right, let's get into the Summerfest.
Yeah, let's dig in as we did a couple of weeks ago, and we're gonna make our way through 2 sets of cards tonight. And then we will finish up 2016 to 2024 tomorrow.
Next week, not tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Jesus God damn it. This is all fucked up. Next week, next Thursday, they fooked him. Yeah, next week. But right now we're gonna do 2 sets of them. The first one we're gonna go SummerSlam 97 to 2005. We have a WWE title, a mid-card title, a tag title, and then 4 wild card matches. And basic rules are can't repeat a title, can't repeat a wrestler. If somebody is like a enforcer, referee, commentator, or something like that, they can be used as a wrestler in another match. You just can't do like, Brothers of Destruction in one match and like a Kane match in another. Like, so that's pretty much kind of just how that works. I don't remember how we went through them last. Do we want to do like wild cards build up to the main event, or okay, let's do that.
Yeah, we did the wild cards first the last time, and then we went through our title matches.
Gotcha. All right, well let's start with one of your wild cards. Joe, we'll start with you. 97 through 2005.
Yeah, okay. I actually have full lists on this one. I'm proud of myself.
Proud of you.
I did them today, but they got done. So
as long as they get done, it doesn't matter when you do them.
Don't matter.
So okay, my first wild card match for the 97 and 2005 period, I went with this is actually one of my favorite matches. Honestly, this run of SummerSlams, pretty good run, especially when you compare it to the next set of SummerSlams. There's some really good matches and cards and memorable stuff on these shows. One of my favorite matches at any SummerSlam ever is from 2002, and it's a street fight between Triple H and his former best friend, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in a pair of jeans.
Very good.
I also have that match.
Well, I'll knock my Shawn Michaels one out of here. It is not that match.
Okay.
I did work Triple H into another one. Not a great match. We'll get to that later. But this one, Shawn Michaels put his working boots on and then some this night. The main event of SummerSlam 2005. It's Shawn Michaels versus Bad Terry in a SummerSlam classic.
God. That match was on my list, and then I was like, "There's no way that I could pick that over the street fight." There's not.
Yeah, so because of where I fit Triple H in, I couldn't use that one. So
makes sense.
I had to get Shawn Michaels in there, and just the comedy.
It's memorable. It's memorable.
It's a WrestleMania moment. It's a SummerSlam moment.
It happened.
It's an event that happened. All right, Joe, your next wild card match.
My next wild card match. This one I went to 2005 for. Okay. I think this is an all-time classic. To the point where 2 of the people in this match are still actively in WWE today. So that's impressive, and even more impressive, one of them lost the parental rights to the other one in this match. It's Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero in a custody of Dominic ladder match from 2005.
I also have the custody of Dominic Mysterio ladder match.
I don't. I will be the differing
party
again today. I do, though, however, have an Eddie Guerrero match. Another strong contender. SummerSlam 2004. It's Kurt Angle versus Eddie Guerrero.
It's a good match.
Consider that one. I did. I consider that one. The only reason that didn't get in there is because I needed Angle somewhere else.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But yeah, I knew both guys were going to be on my card because like both of them felt very quintessential to this time period.
Yeah, it was about getting Angle on there because he was great in this stretch here.
Spoiler alert: don't have Kurt Angle on my.
Yeah, well, I don't have Rey Mysterio. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where like more in kind of in this pocket versus the next one. Like there's.
You know what's really interesting? By Mike saying that, and by you already using Kurt Angle, we each have a different world title match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. All right, so Joe, your next wild card match.
My next wild card match. This one took me a bit to settle on. But honestly, for what it was a cool moment. It's memorable. I'm surprised they don't. Well, if certain people were still in charge of the company, they might still use this in the highlight reels. Honestly, for SummerSlam.
God damn it! I think we have the same fucking match.
Is it? Do you also have Shane McMahon versus Steve Blackman for the hardcore title?
No, I don't.
Oh, really?
I have Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon for the hardcore title from SummerSlam 2000.
Tell me that you don't remember when fucking Steve Blackman hits him with the kendo stick and he just does the fucking plunge off the stage. Oh, that was incredible.
I do have a Shane McMahon match on my card, though.
I love that. I love that so much, to be honest.
We're going to go to the year 1999. A street fight against testicles.
Here comes the money.
Dude, Shane
was
McMahon
it was like
he was a madman in this stretch.
That was the Lover or Leave Her match? Like, was that the name of it?
God, I don't even know. Now I gotta look it up. SummerSlam.
Because I was at Hershey at the Giant Center, Ryan and I, for Unforgiven 2003 when Shane versus Kane, and he fell through from the stage down through the or off the scaffolding and screen down through the stage. Like he was a madman.
This was the Love Her or Leave Her Greenwich street fight. If Shane won, Test and Stephanie could no longer see each other. If Test won, Shane would have to give his blessing to them.
I miss when real life situations were settled in wrestling rings.
And Test won that match in 12 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Last wild card match, Joe.
My last wild card match is a great match from what I remember. But mostly it was hey, I want to get both these guys on my card, and this is where they fit. It's from 2005 as well, and it's Randy Orton versus The Undertaker.
Okay. Very good. Mikey B.
All right. I'm writing that down so that I can make these overall changes. I will go to the year 2000. I will mention a man that we laugh at every time we see him on TV right now. And a guy that if we mention to him, we have to put a disclaimer on this show because of the decisions that gentleman made. It is Chris Jericho versus Chris Benoit, 2 out of 3 falls from SummerSlam 2000.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't get a Jericho match, didn't get a Benoit match.
I didn't feel okay putting a Benoit match. That's the only reason I didn't put that on.
Yeah,
I almost put the Orton Benoit title match.
Okay.
But then I was like, it was more for the night after.
Yeah.
When they turned on Orton than the match itself.
Gotcha. So for the first time, we don't have a repeater on the card, and we're gonna probably have one more repeater before this card's out.
At least.
But I wanted to get a women's match on the card. Not a lot to pick through in this stretch of matches. So I went to SummerSlam 1999. It's the WWF Women's Championship. It is Ivory versus Tori. This
what year?
It was a unfortunate time where not a lot of women's matches were making cards, but I did want to get one on mine. I didn't in the first set a couple weeks ago.
Don't worry, none of us did.
So, all right, let's go to the tag titles. And I feel like there's probably one answer here, but Mike, I'll let you unveil this one. You've gotten your thunder stolen many times on this show already.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. It is the ENC versus the Dudleys versus Matt and Jeff Hardy.
All right, Joe, do you have something different than that?
I have ladders, chairs, and tables. It was Team 3D versus they all just had the same names everywhere else.
Yep.
Versus Cope and Cage versus
Cope and Cage.
Versus just the Hardys, as they're called.
Versus just the Hardys.
I learned that watching TNA Slammiversary last weekend, that they were just called the Hardys.
Can you believe that they're doing another 3D?
Because they're not boys.
Like,
Bound for Glory?
Here's the thing, man. That the 4-way tag match, the 4-way tag ladder match was actually really, really good.
The rope ladder threw me for a loop. I'm not going to lie.
the bat ladder was wild.
Here's my take on it, and I hope this makes sense.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it because it's in TNA.
I get it.
Like if WWE was like, "Hey guys, the Hardys versus the Dudleys one last time on SummerSlam," I'd be like, "All right."
Saturday night main event.
Right. I'd be like, I'm gonna watch it, but whatever. Them doing it in TNA, I'm like, yeah, no, that's cool. That's actually really cool. I love that for TNA. I might even check that show out.
I probably will. I mean, dude, the show was entertaining as shit. It really was. I thought the ending went over like a fart in church. Now I think it will maybe mean more when Santana eventually beats Trick 1-on-1. But man, you had everything lined up. You're in New York, hometown.
This was the Adam Hangman Page.
All like, over again. Contrast. A week ago, AEW had the ball on the tee. They hit a home run.
Mm-hmm.
TNA had the ball on the tee and they fucking hit a grounder to third. Like just it.
Like, LOL TNA.
Right. Like just how do you do it? How do you do it every time? And then you have your fucking CEO dude like raise it. Just man, it's such a bad look. Anyway, but yeah, the tag match ended and it was like, oh, here comes Bubber. And here comes Devon's not here. Okay, but we're going to announce a match. Okay. Oh, boy. And that's what happened. Got it.
This is going to be a thing.
It's going to be a thing.
It's going to be the first TLC match ever sponsored by AARP.
Yeah, people won't be complaining about Slim Jim on the tables. They'll be complaining about AARP. Now, here's the thing. TNA did something I'm surprised the WWE hasn't done yet. They had sponsorships on the padding on the floor outside the ring. So coming to SummerSlam.
This piece of the mat sponsored by America's Home Shield.
Yeah, this one's sponsored by Real American Beer, brother.
I need WWE to get a sponsorship deal. Okay. How much radio do you guys listen to?
Very little.
Less than zero.
Have you heard any of the Top Dog Law Firm commercials?
Not a one.
Okay, you need to look it up on YouTube. Like, you need to look up Top Dog. Like, you can do it right now. It's probably like a minute. But when I tell you I need them to advertise with WWE, like, it's like just literally like topdoglaw.com.
Jeez,
and
this sounds terrible.
It's incredible. It's so incredible.
This sounds like a law firm that's partially sponsored by SaveWithConrad.com.
Yes.
All right, here's the first one. It's a minute long. Hilarious Top Dog Law radio commercial. Hold on. I gotta get the volume up here.
And mind you, these are literally on the radio like every day.
Yeah, this is somebody filming their radio in their car.
Yeah.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee some outcome. Each person's recovery depends on facts and laws in each client's case.
I don't know if this is karma. Honestly, I don't know what this is. I went to the store today and got into an accident. Doctors telling me I may not ever be able to work again in my life. My mom is telling me everything gonna be all right. She called Top Dog. Wife telling me we about to be rich. Brother telling me you about to be a millionaire. Like I give a fuck some money right now. You know I'm paralyzed. You know I'm paralyzed from the neck down from this $1 mil, 2 mil. Man, I can't walk, man. I don't give about that mil or 2 mil. I want to walk again. Accidents are real. Follow Top Dog on Instagram at Top Dog Law. Any accident, want the top dollar? It's TopDogLaw.com.
TNA presents
Yeah.
Bow. Sorry.
I'm sorry. If I want a personal injury attorney, I don't want to hear
Paralyzed.
blurted out swearing and then also follow me on Instagram. Somehow the follow me on Instagram part was the most offensive part of that whole ad. I don't want a personal lawyer from Instagram.
TNA presents Slammiversary.
I want my lawyer to tell me to turn the book over. That's what I want my lawyer to do. Wow, that's awful. Anyway, I do have the chairs, ladders, and tables match.
Yes. Okay.
From SummerSlam 2000.
Good.
Wow. All right, Joe, let's go to your mid-card title.
All right, my mid-card title. I was struggling with this one. I'm not going to lie. I ended up on this match because I felt like these two guys belonged on the card somewhere. I don't 100% actually remember this match, but it sounds like it was pretty good. It was from 2004 for the U.S. title, John Cena versus Booker T.
Okay. All right. I think I had looked at that one.
What year?
I looked at that one.
2004.
All
right, Mikey. Who you got?
I'm gonna go to the year of our Lord and Savior, 1997. I'm really glad you just hit that soundbite because that guy's in it. What?
Do it live, Michael.
Owen 317 said, "I just broke your neck." Yes. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Owen Hart, 1997.
Yeah, that's a solid contender as well. That one probably should have been mine, but in my mind, I'm going. There's a couple of guys I wanted to make sure got on the card. Two of them made it on the card here. I go to SummerSlam 1998, and it is my Intercontinental title match. It is a ladder match. It is Triple H versus The Rock.
It's a really good match.
Yeah, and so Austin ended up being an odd man out. Mysterio ended up being an odd man out. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. All right, Joe, your world title match from 97 through 05.
Yeah, so my world title match, I wasn't leaving Stone Cold Steve Austin out of mine. He made it, and he made it in the world title. And it was him defending the belt against none other than our Olympic gold medalist champion, Kurt Angle, from SummerSlam of 2001, as Jim Ross consistently said that Kurt Angle was, quote unquote, going commando all over Stone Cold. I don't sometimes think Jim Ross knows what things mean.
No, absolutely not.
I'm a bitch. Yeah, I'm the bitch. I'm a bitch.
Well, it's like Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, a couple of years ago in the opening of training camp press conference when he talked about how the Cowboys and he wanted the glory hole.
Oh, God.
Yeah. He wanted that. That's what the Super Bowl is, apparently, is the glory hole. And that's what Jerry Jones wanted, was the glory hole. And I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. But all right, Mike, what is your world title match?
Well, let's see. You've crossed the bridge of having The Rock in a match. Joe has already gave us his world title. I'm going to go to the year 2002. It is the birth of the next big thing. Brock Lesnar wins his first WWE title, defeating The Rock.
Yeah, that Yeah, that one. I mean, it's a great match, a great SummerSlam, probably one of the better SummerSlams as a whole. But Joe, you were right. All three of us have different world title matches because this is where my card started. SummerSlam 1997. It is Bret Hart winning his 5th and final WWF championship, defeating The Undertaker, with Shawn Michaels as the referee, of course, the spit, the chair.
Montreal Screwjob.
We're on our way to Survivor Series in 1997. And one of the most talked about situations in the history of wrestling, still debated to this very day, of if it was real or fake. But yep, that was my world title.
They fooked him.
They fooked Bret. You guys probably could have figured out that was going to be my world title match. You don't have to do the math too hard there to figure that one out.
I mean, it was your only chance to get Bret Hart on
it was.
any of these cards.
Yeah, only in Last Chance, because his final match came at WrestleMania.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, that closes up that one. We can move on, talk about some TNA WWE stuff, Mike.
Yeah, we can keep this one short. I know we're not trying to go super duper long tonight. I watched a couple of videos on the YouTube, and people are coming out and saying, LOL TNA, they're being taken advantage of again. Trick Williams still has the title. JC Jane beats Masha Slamovich. My simple question here is, no, TNA hasn't won the matches. But has this partnership actually been bad for TNA?
Look, I understand because Ryan and I got the show. We watched Slammiversary on Sunday. The show was really good. The show was very good, very entertaining. You crowned the youngest X Division champion of all time. AJ Styles comes out, gives him, arm raised, all of this. Tag match was exciting. Women's match was fun. Surprising result. Did not think Masha was going to lose. But the minute she lost, your brain goes, Santana's winning. Again, they got it teed up. Just fucking hammer it down the fairway. Just straight shot, easy shot, nice and easy. Don't overswing. Don't try to think funny. Don't try to be Bryson. Don't try to be Tiger. Don't try to be anybody. Just nice, easy swing. Don't even pull the driver out of the bag. Just hit the fucking 3-wood. Hit it 220 yards straight down the middle. That's all you need to do. And they pulled out the super driver and decided to fucking shit whip one right into the fucking woods.
And it went left. 4.
So yes, I understand the ending of that show was kind of an LOL TNA situation. I'm not going to deny that. However, you still have an opportunity at your next pay-per-view. Bound for Glory, I think, is the next one. And to finish the Santana story, which, yes, I get it. Why do it, in front of the whatever arena, the Tsongas Arena in Lowell, I think is where they announced it at, in front of not all of Santana's family and friends, but you're also going to do it on a card where there's going to be older wrestling fans that are going to tune in to see the Hardys versus the Dudleys. You're going to have a build between Trick Williams and Mike Santana. One-on-one. So, and you also had a situation of you just put 7,300 people in the UBS Arena in Long Island for a pay-per-view, the largest North American crowd in TNA history. So TNA, which has now been around longer than WCW existed, just had its biggest crowd in North America in their history. So even at their peak, so to speak, of whatever you consider TNA's peak to be, if you're claiming that they're down, they never put 7,300 people in a building in North America. So I kind of chuckle at the notion that this is a failed partnership, because the idea of a partnership is to get more eyes on the product. I think they've done that. I mean, I've tuned into my first TNA show since January of last year.
They got people who have not watched TNA in umpteen years to buy that event.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's talks, there's rumors that, you know, now that AJ Styles has made an appearance, he kind of hinted at the idea of one more match in TNA. Like they're getting, while booking decisions, scratch your head. But guess what? Happens in every company, folks. Happens in every company. Happens in WWE. Happens in Tony Khan Presents Wrestling. Like it is going to happen.
Correct.
Because that's the thing too. Like, even if, like you said, like, look, the proof is in the pudding. You know, the proof that the proof that this is a valuable relationship for TNA is in the ticket sales. It's in the pay-per-view sales. It's in all of this. People paying attention to TNA. Like, when their name is coming up on a weekly basis on the CW network, on network TV, they're getting their name out there and their brand out there. And it is obviously resulting in success. It is resulting in them seeing, an increase in the most important places in the business, ticket sales and pay-per-view sales, So you can't deny that it's a good relationship. But here's the thing, right? Like, as much as everyone's saying, it would have been such a great moment for Santana and for TNA, and the fans would have been so happy. So a TNA guy wins back the world title, and then what? Like, when it comes to NXT at that point, like,
right,
you have to find a new excuse for Santana to show back up with the title, or you have to find another person that you're going to be bringing in, and is it going to be as important? Keeping the title on Trick keeps the TNA brand name extremely out there on NXT, because Trick Williams is one of the main stars of the NXT brand. He's there on an almost weekly basis, if not weekly basis. I haven't watched in a while, but every time I'm seeing clips online, he always seems to be there.
The guy who has the TNA World Championship was just on NXT TV and got chokeslammed by The Undertaker.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, look, I love Santana, and let's be real here. Santana's had more time on NXT than he ever had when he worked for AEW on Dynamite. So, and he doesn't even work for NXT. Like they're giving him just as much exposure as anybody else and anything else related to TNA. And I think it's great. I think Joe Hendry has been great. I think there's been so much. I mean, frankly, this has even made NXT more interesting. Like, I think NXT had a lot of really good stuff going on already, but these additions and like getting to see TNA involved and getting to see a real war between the two brands has been one of the more exciting parts, because it's not something that you see happening anywhere else in wrestling right now.
Well, I think, and my big argument here, and I think you hit the nail on the head with what you said in your beginning statement, was the TNA champions are on network television. They're on the CW. JC Jane walked out Tuesday night with the TNA Women's Championship and got it even more exposure. I get it. It sucks that Masha lost. Masha's probably the best female wrestler in TNA right now. She's probably going to win it back.
Right.
If she doesn't, somebody's going to.
Right. And then you have a challenger. Like,
and then you have a crowning moment. Now you look at it and you go, okay, Masha wins. Now she can have a match with Fallon Henley. Now she can have a match with Jasmine Nix. Now she can, wrestle other people. She teamed up 2 weeks ago with Zarya and Sol Ruka. So I love the way that they've worked this out from a everybody being on the same page thing. Yes, it's awkward that the champions aren't winning titles for the NXT brand and bringing them to Impact. But what good does that do NXT?
Right.
That's the disconnect that everybody keeps forgetting. The partnership is supposed to make TNA a draw. Okay, well, how do you do it? You put it in front of national television audience. That's what you're doing. Having Joe Hendry come in and beat All Ego Ethan Page for the Canadian North American Championship and taking that over to TNA, what does that do for the North American title?
Right.
Now, if in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, the system, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, Moose, JDC, who have been American as they come, if they win that title and make it the United States North American title, and you have a fun feud leading into Bound for Glory where Ethan Page wins the belt back, like, okay. Because you're going to bring Moose, you're going to bring Eddie Edwards, you're going to bring Brian Myers over to NXT. They're going to be on NXT for the next 4 weeks. You have a game plan. Like, I'm okay with it, but like randomly losing an NXT title to somebody from TNA on an episode of Impact Wrestling that was pre-taped a month ago, I don't know what good that does NXT/WWE. I think that's what people got to remember is while TNA, a lot of the stuff they're doing is really good right now. It's still pre-taped. You can still see spoilers 3 and 4 weeks out in advance. It makes it harder to do title changes like this on their shows.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, is we're in a world where there's a 24/7 pro wrestling station on Sirius XM. I had a busy day at work on Monday. Didn't have a chance to tune into like Busted Open or anything. But you had the Busted Open panel was all members were on this show. They're going to talk about it. People are tuning in. People are listening. People are talking about TNA. Like, you can dislike a booking decision. I'm not telling you to like that Trick Williams, beat Santana. Like, but like from a business standpoint, this is working for TNA. It's absolutely working for TNA. And I guarantee you, if AJ Styles does end up wrestling a match in TNA, that's going to make money. That is going to be good for TNA wrestling.
100%.
So yeah, like I think they are doing more right than they are wrong in this partnership, and that's good for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it is an overreaction. I think there's always overreactions in this business with people. People have overreacted to things WWE is doing. People say WWE is dying. They just sold 13,000 seats for Monday Night Raw in Houston. Like,
you got the breaking news thing for me?
Oh, we got some breaking news.
1 hour ago, All Elite Wrestling, 7 days from now, Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, the rematch. Everybody barred from ringside.
So somebody's making an appearance at some point.
Somebody will be making a debut. Who will it be?
So, and they're doing it on Dynamite.
Yep.
Is this like a Grand Slam Dynamite or anything special? Literally just a Dynamite?
Also,
who's been released in the last month?
No one that I know
any
of.
big names, and is it?
It was.
Is this a Pac return?
Ugh.
Exactly.
Also announced on Dynamite earlier this evening, Will Ospreay out until at least the end of August, as he's had 2 herniated discs push into his spinal cord.
Yeah, I assume that the actual announced injury is a bit kayfabed. But I believe he is hurt. But because they said 2 herniated discs. My mom had a herniated disc in her neck once, and granted, I understand Will Ospreay in better shape than my mother was, but and also younger. But she was laid up for 2 weeks because of the pain.
Yeah, you don't know. In your mother's younger days, she might have been able to do a 450 off the top rope.
Maybe I didn't know her when she was Will Ospreay's age. But they're already saying, should be back by Forbidden Door. They're already building it in as to when he's going to be back. So I think there's a need for some time off. The guy flies back and forth from the fucking UK every week. He probably just wants to stop being on a flight every week.
Well, his fiance just signed and was on the show tonight also. So I mean, he might actually be more stateside than
maybe, but he was literally just on a radio hit here in Philly when they were in Philly a couple months ago talking about his weekly travel. But yeah, I guess it could have altered a little bit now. But yeah, so I knew I know they're going to do a rematch, but it's you had Texas Death.
Yeah.
13 days ago.
Yeah, 20 days later, we probably shouldn't be running this back.
Yeah, run it, whatever. But I mean, I'll tune in. I'll see it. I'll actually tune in next week. So
yeah, because I want to see who's going to make their debut.
Yeah, I want to see what the big surprise is going to be. But all right, we want to do the other SummerSlam card.
Let's do it.
All right, we are going now to SummerSlam's 2006 through 2015, and we have
can we refer to this one as the Dark Ages?
Yeah, this one was a bumpy ride.
Y'all think it's Dark Ages. I actually had fun putting this one together.
Well, here's the thing. Part of the reason why I thought it was a little bit tougher is because this was a stretch of wrestling where I pretty much didn't watch at all.
Makes sense.
I had checked out around 2004. I would WrestleMania Royal Rumble watch for the most part, and I didn't get back until 2016. So
I was watching, and holy shit. I didn't remember half these matches actually happening, to be honest.
Yeah. So we have a world title, a mid-card title, which turned out to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. Tag title, also challenging. Women's title, also challenging. And 4 wild card matches. So we will start with the wild card. Mike, I will let you kick it off.
Awesome. Can't wait. My first match, and I'm going to get this one out of the way. It was the 8th to last match of this illustrious WWE Hall of Famer's career. It took place in the year 2010. It was a 14-man elimination tag match that saw Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Cena, John Morrison, and R-Truth defeat the nexus of Darren Young, David Otunga, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Michael Tarver, Skip Sheffield, and Wade Barrett.
You got everybody on the card.
I got everybody on that fucking card.
That's a Teddy Long special if I've ever heard of it.
Holla, holla.
Holla, holla, holla. Wow. Okay. I did not expect to get on the card.
That was the main event of that show. and it is more or less remembered because that was the re-debut of Bryan Danielson after his being fired for choking Justin Roberts with the tie.
Gotcha. All right. Joe, your first wild card, please.
Sure, but before I say that, I just thought of this while Mike was talking. So, Jim, use your independent wrestling connections. I have a gimmick here for you. Okay, are you ready?
Oh boy.
Okay, his name is Teddy Longowitz, and he comes out and he says, "Chala, chala, chala, chala."
Is that a racist?
I vaguely. Okay, we should probably put the disclaimer up.
Is that a racism?
Just to be safe, the views and comments made by Joe do not reflect Mike or Jim or the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast. Just to be safe.
Okay, so my first wild card match is a Hell in a Cell match from 2008 featuring The Undertaker and Edge.
I also have The Undertaker and Edge from Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I'll knock that one out of the way. I have that match on my card, the Taker versus Edge from 2008.
It felt like the best Undertaker match to get on here.
Probably.
Again, I'm not really sure, but by the time I got to it, this was towards the end of my card build. Because I basically went top to bottom. Because I was kind of flying blind a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to kind of feature the titles as much as I could. So this one actually came in towards the end for mine. But so Mike, you had that one. So we'll bypass you for the second match because you already got it. Joe, your second wild card match.
My second wild card match. This is one I don't remember this match for the life of me.
Okay.
But it probably was good. It was like 25 minutes. And I wanted both these guys on my card for sure. Like, there was no question about that. So I went to 2013 to give you the OG battle of the Paul Heyman guys. It was Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that one, I don't think.
2013?
Oh, no, I already have a Lesnar match somewhere else. So that's why I wouldn't have looked at this one. For my next one will stay in 2013, but it will be the Ring of Fire match.
God damn it!
Between Bray Wyatt and Kane, and I guess Mike has the Ring of Fire.
I have the Ring of Fire match on there.
All right, so we will once again.
I do not.
Okay, we will once again bypass Michael. As we've been just knocking some of his matches off here. So, Joe, your third wild card match, please.
Okay, my third wild card match. This one was more of a wanting to get one of these guys specifically onto this card. Okay. I tried very hard to get a different match of his on my card, and it just didn't work.
I feel like you might be picking a match that I have on my list, but I'll let you finish.
So mine it's one of the OG original blow-ups of the Shield. It's Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose in a lumberjack match from 2014.
Yep, I got that one on mine. Absolutely. Yeah, because
I remember that being a good match too. Like, I actually remember that one.
Now, I know what other match that you wanted to get on there. And I couldn't get on there for multiple reasons. Because I already had a world title and his combatant in that other match. So I won't mention the other match in case it ends up on the card somewhere else. All right, Mike, we made it back to you. You get to actually announce one this time. Your fourth and final wild card match for this set.
I'm going to go to the year 2012. It was a good year. It was a painful year for some. It was very painful for the man that was involved in this match. It was a no disqualification match. It was the main event of SummerSlam 2012. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar.
All right. Yeah, probably would have had that one on mine, but I had Lesnar tonight, so we will get there later. Joe, your fourth and final wild card.
And he's gone.
He gone. I don't know what happened there because there was a lot of noise.
He probably closed the app on his phone. He'll be back in a minute. Knowing him.
He'll be back in a second. He'll be back. We knows he'll be back.
Hey, there it is.
There he is.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, he's here.
There he is.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. Your fourth and final wild card match, Joe.
Okay, so my fourth and final. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Wild card match. This one came from a place of being annoyed at how hard it was to do a women's title match. Because, damn, and I got a women's title match. Don't get me wrong. I follow the rules, so I found one. But it was so hard coming up with a women's title match because it was so hard coming up with any good women's matches kind of in general during this stretch. And I felt like the first really good, strong women's match in this stretch was a different match that I ended up getting on here because to me this was like it's almost a historic match. It represents kind of the start of really the women's division as we know it kind of starting to take off in WWE. So it's from 2015 and it's actually like a 9-woman tag match featuring Team PCP, which, if you guys remember who that was.
Paige, Charlotte, Becky.
That's right. Taking on Team Bad, who was, what was it, Naomi?
Tamina, Naomi, and Sasha.
Yep, and they were taking on Team Bella.
Nikki, Brie, and Alicia Fox.
Yep, all 3 Bella sisters. That's right.
There's all 3.
Before we continue, I just looked at my my card. I've made a boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
I actually have to eliminate the 12-14 person tag because most of the tag title matches include Darren Young, who was part of Team Nexus. In that match. So I actually have to pull that match and change it.
Well, what? Can you just find a different tag title match?
No. I believe Darren Young is in every title match that is involved.
I have one where he isn't. That's why I'm saying that.
Oh, is there? Okay, it's good. Cool. Then I won't take
There's
it out.
one. Wait, one of the guys in this match might have been in that tag match. I don't remember.
What year was it? I'll look it up so we don't spoil.
2009.
Okay, let me look real quick because I might have that person in something else too.
Okay, yeah. Because it was hard. Tag title match was a hard one.
Jericho's in that match also.
Yeah, see, that's where I wasn't sure.
Jericho's in that 14-man tag.
Look, I'll be honest with you. The whole reason I didn't use the 14-man tag was because I felt like exactly what this is what would happen. Because there's just so many guys in that match.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So I've made a boo-boo, so I have to fix said boo-boo. Let me fix that real quick. I do have my backup match still on my spreadsheet. I'm just trying to verify that nobody else was involved in that match that I used later.
All right. While you're journalising that one, I will get to mine. It is SummerSlam 2009. It is D-Generation X versus The Legacy. So, because it was like, man, I feel like Triple H and Michaels should probably be on here somehow. Maybe sneak a Cody Rhodes in there. Joe, I really thought you were going when you started laying that out. I thought you were going with Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like the way that you were, the way you were describing it. I was like, because I honestly looked at that one because I thought that feud was really fun. I thought the match was better than it had any business being.
Right.
So I kind of thought that's where you were going. So I was there. I was surprised.
What year was DX versus Legacy?
2009.
All right. So I have fixed my card to appease the crowd at home. My new 4th wild card match actually does involve Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
But it involves him as Stardust.
The Stardusts.
Stardust and King Wade Barrett versus Neville and Stephen Amell from 2015.
Nice.
We were there.
So wait, so you still removed the 8-man tag?
I removed the 14-man tag, which allows me to keep my tag title match intact.
Okay.
And I've pivoted to the Stephen Amell and the Neville versus the Dust of King Barrett.
Okay, got it.
All right, so now we do go to the women's title matches. Michael, we'll start with you.
I was also able to pivot my world title match last minute. Aha! My women's title match 2014 is Paige versus AJ Lee.
All right, very good. Joe.
Yeah, I came close to almost having that one too, but I wanted to kind of have a variety of the different years. I wanted to hit as many different ones as I could. So I ended up going with a match that, Lord knows, she probably tried her hardest. 2011, Kelly versus Beth Phoenix.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Probably did try her hardest. Kind of similar to mine, and there's a reason why I picked this one.
What's your favorite match? What's your favorite match?
It gave us
Melina and Alicia Fox.
Who?
It is Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Who?
For the Divas title in 2010.
Who?
For that reason, it has given us some of the best clips. What's your favorite match?
What's your favorite match?
All right. Let's go to the tag titles, Mike.
All right, I was able to save it. We'll go to 2015 Fatal 4-Way. The New Day versus Los Matadores versus the Lucha Dragons versus the primetime players of Titus O'Neil and that goddamn Darren Young.
Darren Young, he ruins it all.
Fuck.
I looked at that one. I did. I looked at that one because I do remember that actually being pretty solid because I think that opened that show. But I didn't get that one. Joe, what do you got for the tag title?
So I mini spoilered it earlier, but 2009, the greatest tag team name ever, Jericho, Chris Jericho and the Big Show, taking on the team that committed crimes so that primetime players could run, Crime Time.
Yeah, that's what I had for mine. There was only a couple of title matches in this stretch.
And all of them involved Darren Young except for this one.
They all involved Darren Young except for this one. So yeah, I had Jericho versus Crime Time as well for the unified tag titles. Mike, your mid-card title.
I will go back to the year 2012 for the Intercontinental title. Rey Mysterio against the man who never loses, The Miz.
You motherfucker. Because that was mine. Absolutely had to get The Miz on there. Intercontinental title felt right. Never lost a day in his life, Mike.
Never loses.
Mizanin. Joe, your mid-card title.
Mine, I went with something, again, I don't remember this match, but I feel like it could have been fun. And it's three guys who I feel like represent, again, the time period really well. Like when I think back to late 2000s, WWE.
I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah, guess it.
Umaga, Kennedy, and Carlito.
100%. 2007, baby. That's as 2007 WWE as you get. Like if you somehow could have gotten Kenzo Suzuki in that match also, you'd have been yes, Rene Dupree, exactly.
Fatal 5-Way. Put Kenzo and Rene in there. Look at me, I'm a French guy. Look at me.
All right, now all that's left is the WWE title. Michael, I will start with you.
We were there. It was the debut of Joe's and the guy sitting next to us, hottest gear of a single individual before Austin the Kid Leroy became a thing. It was at that moment that I knew that I was sitting between two gay guys, and I actually asked Joe if he wanted to switch. It is title versus title. It is the United States champion John Cena versus white gear world heavyweight champion Seth Rollins from SummerSlam 2015.
The GOAT.
I wanted so bad to get that match onto my card. I tried so hard, but I felt like I didn't have enough wild cards and I needed that Rollins Ambrose match. So I ended up going a different direction, but man, I wanted that match so badly. I was even asking questions about it.
You were. That was not my original selection. I will wait to the end and tell you guys what I had there as a place mark, because I don't want to spoil anything that somebody may have. But when I figured out that Darren Young was going to Fook me, I was able to switch my title match to that. So I'll tell you guys what I had whenever you guys are done.
Darren Young was the original Anthony Bowens.
The Pride of Professional Wrestling?
Well, yeah, no, because like he was in a tag team that basically was the same gimmick, and also too he was gay.
Yes, the Pride of Professional Wrestling. That's Anthony Bowens' new nickname. So I was just
what's Darren Young doing these days?
I think he's wrestling on the Indies.
I think he is still on the Indies.
Or is he in like NWA?
Might be an NWA.
I'll look. You guys continue.
So also still the Indies. Hold on.
Bless you.
I felt that sneeze coming. In this pocket of matches, there was one that I knew was going to be the first one on my list. 2014, we started podcasting 3CT, and that summer, one of my favorite main events in the last decade. SummerSlam 2014, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, watching a grown man just fucking yeet another grown man around the ring like he was a fucking pillow is one of the favorite things I've ever seen in wrestling. It is so sports entertainment. The level of sports entertained that I was watching that match. I could pull it up tonight and still be sports entertained again. But just, and you got Heyman on the outside just counting the suplex. It was fantastic.
Cena was bumping for him the way my pillow pals used to bump for me.
Seriously, man. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. What a match. 5 stars, 7 stars in Tokyo. I don't give a shit. So there we go. That closes up the card.
I had Brock Lesnar somewhere else.
Yeah. Next week we will finish.
Hold on, Joe didn't give us his main event.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, Joe. I bypassed you.
Yeah,
that's on me. That's my baby. That's my B.
I do have a totally different main event, but I do have John Cena in the world title match. Shocker. I decided to go with one that I almost didn't have this one. Like I said, I really wanted to get Seth and Cena on here. But when that didn't work out, there was only one other choice in my mind. Okay, there were 2 other choices in my mind because I also really tried to make the CM Punk Jeff Hardy match happen from 2009, I think it was. That one came close, but again, I couldn't do that one because then I didn't have a place for John Cena. So I needed Cena here, and I ended up going with him versus Daniel Bryan from 2013. Which was absolutely incredible. And take away what happens after the match, but
then Orton walks out with the title,
right? But like Cena versus Bryan, that match was incredible.
Yeah.
No. Originally, I had CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy from 2009 as my title match.
I had looked at that one.
Until I figured out that Darren Young was going to Fook me. And as for Darren Young, so in 2003, 2023, he was the IWGP United States champion.
Oh, snap. Okay.
He lost the title to Kenta, and he has wrestled on and off in both New Japan Strong and Relentless in Washington State over the past couple of years. He recently wrestled on the Resurgence pay-per-view May 9th. He defeated Matt Vandergriff. And then on the New Japan Academy All-Star Showcase, an online stream from the New Japan Dojo in LA on July 5th, he beat Alan Breeze.
All right.
So he's really kind of been doing a lot of the United States version of New Japan. He's probably working in the New Japan Dojo, if I had to guess. But yeah.
That's about right. All right. Well, there you go. Next week, we will do 2016 through 2024. We will have a world title, mid-card title, tag title, women's title, and 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
wild cards. So this is probably the ones that are a little more fresh in our mind. Don't know if that'll make it better or worse, but we'll find out next week.
Can't wait to be miserable with this card.
There we go. Wrestlers of the week.
Yeah, let's get it.
Joe, do you have wrestlers of the week?
Let's see. Yeah, but go ahead. You guys go first. I'll look something up.
Okay. Want me to
Jim,
lead them
feel
off?
free.
I will start with the new and youngest TNA X Division champion of all time, Leon Slater.
I'm going to go with JC Jane, who won the women's title that we talked about a little while ago.
Let's see. You know what? Okay, here, look. I'm looking at Raw results, and it looks like Karrion Kross picked up a win. Let's go, Karrion Kross.
Let's go, Karrion Kross.
Watching Scarlett kiss him with his broken or bloody nose, and then the blood just being on her face.
Did you learn something about yourself on Monday?
I did.
It happens to the best of us. Happened to me at Royal Rumble.
Sailor Moon.
Sasha Banks and Sailor Moon. Sometimes wrestling teaches us things about ourselves. I will go stay in TNA Slammiversary. I will go their 1,000,001 tag team titles, your new TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardys.
I will go with the gentleman who retained his NXT World title in the main event of the show in a triple threat match, Darula Obafemi.
There you go. Joe?
Take me home, country roads.
Let me go with FTR for winning their first round AEW World Tag Team Championship Contender Tournament match on Dynamite tonight.
That was a thing?
That was a thing.
Who else is in that tournament?
I have no idea. I don't know if they haven't announced it, but when I was watching the show, I had the show on for like maybe a half hour, and the graphic that came up after that match showed FTR moving to the next round and then showed nothing but blank spots for all the other teams. So I don't know if they haven't actually announced any other teams yet, or if that was just like graphic gone wrong. But I can't tell you who else is in that tournament right now.
Yeah.
Sick.
Not a clue.
Nope, I'm out.
All right.
Joe, you got anything to plug before we
Butts.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Bye.
See you next week.
Yes.
You can follow me at Big Jim Sports on Twitter and Blue Sky. Hit the link tree there. It'll take you to Huddle Up Podcast with new content for the first time in a long time. New episode was live last night. We'll have another podcast next week, and then the following, and then the following, and then we back for the new season. So make sure you follow, like, subscribe over there. 3CT, we're taking the week off this week. We got a lot of vacations, PTO time this week. So no new content. But follow us on our social media because there may be some exciting things popping on the 3 Count side here over the next couple of days. So follow us over there.
All right. You can follow me at They Call Me Burn. You can follow the show at Take the Number 3 Wrestling. We will be back next week with our preview on our normal time slot on Thursday night. We will preview the Summerfest. We will wrap up our Super Summerfest cards. We will talk about everything else that happens around the world of professional wrestling. Until then, for Joe and Jim, I am Mike. We will see you next week right here on the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.